Welcome to the Pool Nation podcast, where it's all pool talk. And we ain't talking about netting and jetting or splashing and dashing. We're talking about becoming a nation of pool pros. We talk about the latest products, trends, and training in the pool industry. Now let's welcome your host, with over a decade of industry insider experience and still the reigning champion of Marco Polo, Edgar De Jesus, and his co-host, John JJ Flawless, the fastest netter in the West, and Zach the Pool Boy Nicholas.
Welcome, everyone, to the Pool Nation Live podcast with myself, your host, Edgar De Jesus. And yes, I am the reigning champion in Marco Polo, along with Mr. John J.J. Flawless, the fastest netter in the West, and the famous Zach, the Pool Boy Nicholas. In today's podcast, we're going to talk a little bit about the rate increase letter, and how it affects your profitability. And to update everybody, we're going to talk about the distributors increasing their prices yesterday. We will talk about how and where it has the greatest impact on your finances. But before we dive into that, we have something to set on this podcast, and that's going to be the hashtag challenge. So let's get started with this podcast because I'm excited about that challenge. I want to welcome everyone to the live podcast, your podcast where it's all pool talk. And we ain't talking about netting and jetting or splashing and dashing. We're talking about becoming a nation of pool pros. And yes, we will talk about the latest products, trends, and training in the pool industry. But before we get started today, I want to thank our sponsors for this podcast, Ultimate Pool Tools, HASA, Pool Invoice, the Poolman University. We want to thank them for their continued support. Zach, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. I hope everyone is doing well on this Friday. I fell asleep last night in the sitting up position on the couch until about 1 a.m. So I am dragging just a little bit today. But fortunately, I'm drinking my Bang, so I should be good to go here shortly.
The struggle is real. John, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. I had an interesting night last night. I had a nightmare, and I woke up this morning screaming 15%. You know, when you get that, when you have like a very real nightmare or a dream, and then you kind of wake up and go, am I in reality? Did it really happen or not? I kind of had that same thing. And then I looked at my phone and my messages and Instagram and everything like that. And unfortunately, it wasn't a nightmare. It's actually reality. That 15% is true.
So it didn't help that I sent you that screenshot from somebody that sent me the letter with the increases?
Nope. So
I got it last night and I was looking at it and kind of, it's like through the inside, I was kind of getting like irate, because it's like we talk about all these things and we'll get into it in the podcast. We'll kind of obviously get into detail of that. And for all of you that are listening to the podcast and haven't gotten the letter, SEP announced some rate increases. And John, do you have handy by any chance what those were and the percentages?
I have them remembered.
Okay, so shoot.
So it is going to be 5% increase for Pentair. There's a 4% increase for Jandy. There's going to be a 7% increase across the board for Hayward, and then 15% increase from HASA. Another thing to note, too, this is a mid-cycle increase. So this is in addition to the normal increases that we occur every year or so. So they feel the situation deserves these increases, and they're hitting us. And I think it's going to be effective May 3rd, if I'm correct.
Correct, May 3rd. Well, yeah. They'll kick into effect.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm speechless.
Yeah, and it's funny that it happens at this time because here we are, having the conversation with the pool guys and the pool girls out there, and we'll kind of get into those details. And we talk about having to increase prices because obviously you get those rate increases to you. So you kind of have to, obviously pass them on to your customers. And John, you had a great point when we were talking about it. And that is, and I'll let you kind of explain it because you did a better job, but really kind of some of them you can pass on to the customers, but others you can't.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just, look, and I want to say this again, and to a certain degree, there's going to be increases, right? We talk about it when it comes down to us increasing our monthly rates, and we talk about inflation, and the cost of the dollar doesn't carry as far as it did the year prior, and average goes up by about 3%, and you have to adjust for it, and that's part of doing business. For the most part, a lot of the manufacturers, I kind of get it, where costs go up. The COVID situation, things are really happening, and I understand there's going to be some cost increases. And prices for equipment, when you raise the prices for equipment, it's a little bit easier as an industry for us to absorb those temporarily, because what we do is we get to pass them off to our customers immediately, because we don't install a new pump every single month. We're not on a plan to install a new pump every month. We're not on a plan to give them a new filter every month at a set price. Those things are transactional, and they're on a case-by-case basis. So if the cost of an IntelliFlow goes up by a few bucks or $40, when we quote a price to install an IntelliFlow, we're going to increase it accordingly. And we would imagine that the rest of the competition and everybody else would be on the same page, hopefully. But when other things that aren't transactional like that and are included with our service, like chemicals, for instance, let's just say it, our liquid, our acid, our dry products, whatever we add to our pools, those increases really hit home to us guys and gals in the business, because those aren't as easy to offset. And initially what you do is you take them in the short. You have to absorb them. What options do we really have? We're going to go into some other options that and we've preached about it before, that you can do to help combat these things and help protect you, so that you're not as affected as much by them. But in all reality, these types of increases you got to prepare for, and you have to really look at it as far as, like, when we've been preaching podcast after podcast after podcast, Instagram lives, letters, pool menu, everything we talk about, where we have to get on board as an industry and start increasing our monthly service rates. And on top of that, start asking for a respectable rate so that we can afford these things. Because there's some companies out there that are charging $100 a month or $80 a month. And I'm not saying that these companies, they're not good people. They have families, and they're working hard, and they're doing twice as many pools as most of us. And they just don't understand that they have more value for what they're doing. And prices and increases like this just cause, like, they wreak havoc. And if you're not prepared for it, and if you don't do something about it, it's really going to hurt you, and it's going to put a lot of people out of business, in my opinion.
And I want to jump in on this. It really, now it's extra important to understand the sales process, right? And understand all of these perks and all of these things that are available to us as far as extended warranties, rebates we can pass on to customer, and understand all the benefits of the different products we're offering. Because now with the equipment costs, yes, it's transactional. We can pass that along to the customer. But if we don't see that across the board from wherever equipment is available, whether it's online or brick and mortar or whatever, then there is going to be a bigger gap. Then now we have to sell ourselves and our service and our products even harder than we did before. So it's super important that, we really master that sales process, really look at that sales process, and take advantage of all of the tools we have in our tool bag to be able to make that sell.
It's a hard pill to swallow this morning. It really is.
Yeah.
It's one of those. I'm going to be honest with you, kind of threw me for a loop this morning. I was kind of, we spend all this time talking to the guys about, obviously the rate increases and watching everything. And it's exactly what we're teaching and preaching. And then, you get this big increase on the other side. And so now it's even more important, like Zach is saying, to take a look at your tool bag and look at your rates and look at all that kind of stuff. So I think it was kind of perfect timing for this to happen, so that we can talk about, increasing your rates and hitting that profitability. So guys, we'll talk about it a little bit more in the podcast. I do have one thing that I wasn't going to talk about, but I think I just want to say it. I kind of want to spill the beans. I'm like a kid before Christmas that can't wait to open that present. So John, Zach, you guys, should I spill the tea?
Spill it. You can't say that. You definitely can't say that now and not let us know. You have to spell it. All right?
I'd be like, okay, listeners, we'll tell you next week. Yeah. The T's, should I leave it for the next one, Zach, or should I spill it?
I mean, isn't that how TV works?
Right.
That's true, huh? All right, guys. So we will not spill the tea this week. We'll save it. No, I'm kidding. I can't do that. Guys, that would be just too cruel.
Hold on. Time out. What is spill the tea? Isn't it spill the beans?
No. Oh, my God. John.
I'm with John.
Are you kidding me?
Thing? I mean, what is going on?
No, John,
are you kidding me? Oh my God. Somebody please in this message chat tell these two boys what spill the tea is.
From the UK or England?
Oh my God.
Are you spill the tea?
Dude, you have kids. Oh my God. You have kids in your house that are the same age as my kids.
Yeah. Is that what they say? Spill the tea?
Yeah. Now it's not spill the beans anymore. You're not cool, dude.
Oh, I guess that's it. Or
that's just a bad reflection of our upcoming generation.
Oh, God, I guess. Oh, I guess I didn't know that. Because look, I'm learning all new terms like bougie. You know what I mean? My daughter came up to me one day and goes, "You're bougie," or "That's bougie." And I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about?" I tell her. Bougie.
Oh man. For those of you that have kids, oh my God. That is so funny because that's exactly what happens, John. We're sitting here one day and all of that, and my kids are like, "Oh, we're going to spill the tea," and blah blah, and they just kind of kept on with this tea thing, and I questioned whether they were doing it on purpose to get me to bite. And I'm like, okay, what the hell is spill the tea?
You got confirmation. Mama says, Bobby, my oldest boy says yes to tea.
Yeah, see, and it's a kid thing.
Jeanette says never heard of it, and
but Jeanette's kids are older, so that's probably why. You know, I've got 12, 14, and one that just turned 18, and that's kind of where they're coming with those. So we get older guys, and we start falling out of the cool stuff. So, but anyway, mine are always making fun of me and correcting me. So
now you have to spill the tea.
So now I have to spill the tea so that we're all up to speed.
It just sounds so wrong. I don't know.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. So guys, the SPPA is going to be joining Pool Nation. They're going to be one of our sponsors, and we are super excited about it because John, Zach, and I have been talking about this topic, that it needs to be one of the topics, insurance for your businesses. So we want to welcome the SPPA. They're going to be joining us soon. So that was my tea.
That was beautiful. Wow, that's great. Look, SPPA is awesome. I'm a member. I've been a member for years. And it all kind of falls back into what we talk about, protecting and getting us set up correctly as a pool industry. And when you're out there in backyards, you want to protect yourself, and you don't want to put you work so hard. You go out there to do what you need to do to protect or to provide for your family. And unfortunately, accidents happen and things happen, that are either controllable or uncontrollable. But, if you have liability insurance, it definitely helps you sleep better at night, knowing that if something does happen, that you have something you can fall back on. It's not going to destroy you.
For sure.
And I think one of the things, always think that it's not going to happen to you. And we had a buddy in our chapter that was over in Santa Ana, and there was these houses, and it was something with the builder, the way that he built the foundation. And I don't know how it worked out. So what he did is he was draining the pool into the P-trap. And I think the P-traps weren't in the front of the house, is the way that they were built and stuff like that. It was on the side of the house. And so what ended up happening is there was a blockage in that P-trap. I guess a root had kind of cut through the pipe, and it backed everything up into the inside of the house. And so it damaged some of their wood flooring and all that kind of stuff. And again, you would kind of argue it and be like, well, that's not my fault, right? But obviously the people right off the bat, or they're going to sit there, they're going to sue, they're going to do this. And so he turned it into the insurance, and the insurance handled it. And I think they paid they paid like $6,000 for it. The thing that he kept saying was, man, it's not fun to go through it. He goes, but the nice thing was, I knew it was covered under the insurance, so I was able to sleep at night. And he goes, and now I'm glad that I have that insurance.
Absolutely. He
goes, but I never thought it would happen to me. It's really important. And guys, there's different tiers of insurance that you have. And one of the things that bothers me a little bit, John, is this is one of the places where people tend to try to cheap out. They try to go, I'm going to go the cheapest. Right. but there's a lot of things to it and a lot of protections that you need to think, and you need to look at where you're at and what the best coverage is for your business so that you're completely protected. Because nowadays, I mean, we all know this, nowadays anybody can sue anybody for anything. So we will get into all the details with that. We'll talk to Danielle. We'll kind of get into the weeds of that. But guys, I want to get to something a little bit fun. And I have been cracking up all week with this hashtag challenge that you guys did last week. My Instagram page this week was completely full of messages and people posting on their stories. I think Joel, did you see the one with Joel where they had John dancing?
That was
John,
awesome.
Can you get down like that?
I can. Well, I was getting down yesterday. Did you see the story we posted dancing down the street after the wins?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You know, after listening to the replay, I got to admit, John, you were slightly faster at finishing your answers than me, but it's all starting to make sense now. And that's why I have the black edition Crocs and not the lightning edition. Because you wanted to get the edge on me, and I knew it was rigged. I just couldn't figure out how until now.
Say no more, my friend. Now that you're a part of the Flawless Croc Society, you get it, and I understand it. When the next limited edition Crocs come out, I'll be sending another care package to you, I promise.
Awesome.
Oh, man. I have to say, I feel special. And as a matter of fact, I have them on right now. And Mama, I have them in sports mode. I got them ready to go. So guys, look, I think what we need to do is change up this challenge a little bit and do something so we can come up with a champion here today, because we just kind of can't leave this in the air with, did he win? Did he not win? Is there a recount? Is there not a recount? Here are my thoughts. The first step, I give you maybe a minute on the clock, and I ask you each 5 questions. That way you're not having to just go really, really fast, but you can think about the questions a little bit. And if one of you two answers all the questions right and nobody misses anything, and the other one misses one, then boom, there's the champ. But if you both answer the questions within that minute and we go into sudden death over time.
Already the champ though, right?
Raining.
Okay, I just want to clarify that. Okay.
I was assuming the win, John. Assume the sell, assume the win. If you hadn't made a big fuss about it, I would still have my title.
Right.
Exactly.
If I didn't cry about it.
I think we need to see, this is where everything just kind of gets complicated, because then we'd have to have like a buzzer for one of you guys to be able to dispute the win, and we'd have to kind of go into this recount thing. So I think what happened, John, it was called. So I think you need to dethrone Zach today.
No. Look, this is how it's going to go, and I want to make it very, very, very clear. So,
all right,
I'm the champ, right? I'm giving Zach an opportunity. If Zach beats me today, then we're tied 1-1. Then we'll do another one. How is Zach? If he beats me, how in the hell is he going to be the champ?
Right.
So then this is just going to keep. You know what I mean? So, I don't know.
But if I lose again, I'm going to have to disappear for like 6 months, and no one's going to hear from me, and then I'm going to have to
then you're going to come back ready to rock and roll, right? You'll hit the books hard for 6 months.
So what do you think, Zach? Do you agree to that, or no? You're still the champ, and if he beats you, then you go into the ultimate final.
No. But John got it fair and square. So I think we got to have this rematch, and then down the line, if there's a tie, we have to have a tiebreaker, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Now let me ask a question. Anybody on the Insta chat that's willing to challenge the winner for today? I know you probably have your hands in the pools and stuff like that, so I'll give you a couple minutes to answer, but I'd love to see somebody in the chat out here challenge you guys.
I like the name Insta Chat.
It's a new kid term.
Insta Chat.
Insta Chat.
Is that what we're going to call it? The Pool Nation Insta Chat.
Yep.
I kind of like that.
Yeah. Well, once I take Zach down again, I'm going to record a video and post it.
But you have to be dancing this time.
I am going to be dancing.
Oh, I would love to see that. Love to see that.
You better not lose on purpose, Zach, just because you want to see my goofy ass dancing.
Zach's all answering them all wrong. Not saying hashtag.
Baloney.
Yeah. What's the ideal pH? 9.7. All right, guys, before we do that, I want to talk about the Pool Nation business training that we're doing. And the next one that we're going to be doing is April 11th, and that's going to be on a Sunday. We're switching it up so that everybody gets a chance to attend. And guys, this training is on the business side of your business. And it's the biggest thing that it does is give you exact numbers. By the time that you're done, you're going to know exactly how much you're making from the service side. And you'll know exactly how much it costs you to service a pool. You're also going to learn about expenses, how to break them down, how to track them, and you're going to create a profit and loss and learn how to read it. So we just had a class last Saturday. I think it was a great class. Zach, you were on the class. What's your take on it?
I absolutely loved it. And going through that class, it really lit a fire under me. And I've been deep in the numbers all week. And if we want to have profitable businesses, that is the stuff that we need to know. And John said something in one of the past podcasts that really stuck with me. And that is, and I quote, you can pay your neighbor's kid $10 an hour to remove leaves and empty baskets. And that's the reality. And we can't get so narrowly focused on the cleaning of the pool. And don't get me wrong, that is an extremely important piece of having a successful business. But as I just said, it's a piece of it. And there are many other areas of your business that you need to give some of that focus to.
Amen, my friend. I mean, we're in a unique industry. It's an industry where you can be as limited or as skilled as you want and still get hired. Think about that. The problem is what should be expected of your pool service company. Unfortunately, too many customers, homeowners think that servicing a pool is just cleaning it up. So the value and skill level in their eyes is minimum. And when you have that mentality, you don't expect to pay much for it. I mean, just sit and think about that for a second. To do it right, there has to be so much more to it that we need to know. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I tell all our clients that they can hire anyone to net and vacuum a pool. If that's all they want from us, then we're not the right company for them. Our number one priority is water management, chemistry. It's to make sure that the water is safe, healthy, balanced, so your investment is protected. It's a lack of education. That's what we're trying to change here. Once we get over that hurdle, we can elevate our industry.
Agreed 100%. Hey, John, just to give you a heads up, Mama Flawless on our Insta chat challenged the winner.
She did?
Yeah.
Well, I feel sorry for the winner.
Yep.
Because
she said
their butts.
Now she's like, OMG, I'm taking them down.
Let's not. Oh my God. No, look, that's going to put me in a bad position.
Why?
Because when I beat Zach, now I'm going to have to go up against Mama.
Flop. You're going to have to flop.
I'm going to have to flop.
You are?
No, I'm not. I'm going to.
There'll be so much cupcaking next Friday. It'll be unreal.
Right?
Oh, let me see. Yeah, Mama's saying, you beat me, you sleep on the couch, is what she's saying on the Insta chat.
Yeah, that's what she's saying. I can see it. She's right here. She's staring at me right now. She opened up the door. She's staring at me right now.
Oh, Lord. You know what, Mama? Call me. Here's what we can do. We can make you the winner, because what we'll do is we'll just kind of disconnect John when he needs to answer the questions, and we'll make you the champ. So there you go, John. That way it falls off of you. You don't have to, you'll say it was out of my hands. So anyways, guys, we had a couple of the people that reached out to us that took the class. And Zach, I think, we had a little bit of both. We had some people that were happy with the numbers. We had some people that were very shocked about their numbers. And the nice thing was this week, I even got some messages from a couple of those people that said, look, after taking the class and really knowing where my numbers were, I figured out where I needed to increase those prices. And so there was somebody that went out to go do a repair, and they knew that they needed to be more profitable. So they increased that rate for that repair, and they got it. So they were feeling a lot more confident about it. And they were just kind of like, thanks, because this really opened my eyes to where I need to put the focus to increase the profitability. So I think it's a great class. You guys can take it. If you want to take the class, we only take 10 people. We dropped it from 12 to 10 people because we can spend a little bit more time with everybody. For the next class, there's already 3 people signed up. So if you want to register, go to the poolnationpodcast.com, and at the top, there's a button that says Pool Nation Business Training. Click on it. Also on the right-hand side. All right, guys, I am ready to get this challenge on. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Now, you guys do sound a lot more calm this week than last week.
Well, Yeah. I hired what is it called? A linguistic coach so that I can spit out hashtag before an answer and I can remember it. So I think I'm pretty prepared. But hey, look, I want to dig, before we get into it, I want to dig a little bit deeper on what you were saying. And, when people are taking the classes and that some of them might be happy with the numbers that they see and some may not, let's take that a little step further. And let's say some of you are happy with your numbers. Does that mean that there's no room to improve, right? Increase that profit percentage? How about if we tell you that what you're happy with is just barely on par with the industry standards? Everybody has room to improve. But how do we do that if we don't know where those numbers are? Remember, you don't know what you don't know. Get educated. Winners keep score. And you can't set goals for the future if you have no idea where you're at right now. So that class is golden. I've had nothing but great comments back from the people that have taken it and excitement from people that want to take it in the future. So it was a home run. Zach and Edgar did an amazing job. So if you guys get a chance, please sign up to it. You will not be disappointed.
That's great to hear. All right, guys.
Let's do this. Come on.
Let's do this. Let's get the adrenaline going here. So here's what we're going to do. Here's the rules. I'm going to give you a minute to answer 5 questions. If you both answer them correctly, then we'll go into the sudden death overtime. You have to remember that you still need to say hashtag before the answer. If not, it's going to be considered wrong. So who's going to go first?
John.
Okay.
John, you going first?
Zach is going first.
Zach is going first?
So look, you're going to, what do you mean? You're not going to ask us at the same time?
No. We're going to make, because what ended up happening last time is we asked at the same time and we had that confusion. So the goal today is to really have an ultimate winner. So here's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you individually. I'll give you a minute. We'll put the timer on. I'm going to ask you 5 questions.
Okay.
If you get them all right, then it goes to the second person. And in order for them to win, they have to get all 5 of them right.
Okay.
So if you both get all 5 of your questions right, we move into sudden death overtime. And the way that will work is I'll ask you a question, John or Zach, and then the other person will have a chance to answer a second question. Okay. And so
so purpose. I don't have to be like super quick. I could just answer the question.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'll go first. Let's do this.
So you're going to go first?
Yep. Let's do this.
All right. So let's do this. It'll give me some time to, not scramble with the questions too. So, all right, here, John, as soon as they hear the timer, I'll start asking the questions. Here we go. Pool water must have a minimum calcium hardness of how many ppms or it will be difficult to balance?
Hashtag 150.
The target level of borates in a non-salt pool is how many ppms?
Hashtag 50 parts per million.
What is the weight of 1 gallon of water?
Hashtag 8.34 pounds.
1 cubic foot of water contains how many gallons?
Hashtag 7.48 gallons.
1% is how many ppms?
Hashtag 10,000 parts per million.
Damn.
If you can see me
Zach.
right now, flexing in the mirror right now.
Not only that, Zach, did you see his cockiness of his slow response? Hashtag 150.
Yeah, well, I was like, I could say this smoothly. I don't have to rush it. So I paid that linguistic coach for nothing. Thanks.
So, Zach, are you feeling the pressure or no? You got this.
You're
feeling the pressure?
I was hoping John would just bomb it. We could just be done with this.
All right. Now I'm excited. All right. You ready, Zach?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go. What is the recommended range of salts in ppms for most salt pools?
Hashtag 3,000 to 3,500.
There are 3 buffers in a pool. One is CYA. The other one is total alkalinity. What is the third one?
Hashtag borates.
What happens? I do have to say that was my bad. I put the 30-second timer on, so I'm going to turn it on again, and you have another 30 seconds.
Yeah!
Hashtag rigged.
So, ready? Here we go for the next questions. I'm going to put the next 30-second timer on. And What happens if you mix cal hypo and trichlor?
Hashtag explodes.
What does LSI stand for?
Hashtag Langular Saturation Index.
Name one of the factors of the LSI.
Hashtag pH.
Damn.
Look, I don't mean to be a party pooper here, and I don't think one of those questions was right.
Which one?
I don't know. When we look at if we look at an IntelliChlor, right, and we look at that salt cell, what does it say right on that salt cell?
No, but we said remember these are from Bob Larry's books.
And so get them on a technicality.
it says, what is the recommended range of salt in most salt pools? Most.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But you got the Jandy one that needs 4,000 or whatever that other one is. So.
Yeah. And that's what it says.
I was going to get them with the technicality. Oh.
Zach, you're supposed to be, fighting for your side, not be like, hey, Jandy's 4,000.
No, that's it. I'm out of here.
You're out
in 6 months.
Look at this. Mama even answered on there. 3,600. Yep. Boom. Mama is the next one on here. She's going to be the queen. Sorry. All right. You guys ready for sudden death?
No.
We
should do a next one.
Let's do it. Let's do this.
So here's the way that this is going to work, just so that we're clear. I'll ask John a question. If he gets it wrong, Zach, the next question that I ask you, you have to get it right. If you get it wrong, then you both got it wrong. So we move until one of you misses one and one gets one, and you're crowned the champion.
It's my motorcycle test all over again.
I'm wondering how the crowd is feeling out there on this one. So they're kind of quiet out there. So you guys ready?
Yep.
Let's do it.
So... all right. I'm not going to put any music in the background so you're not stressed out. So who's going to go first?
John.
All right.
Okay.
John, ready? Sure. Question number 1. What is the ideal range of total alkalinity?
Ideal range?
Ideal range.
That's our
What's
target. Your range?
What
between
is
80 and 120 parts per million. Bob's is 90 parts per million is target.
No, not target.
80 parts per million to 120 parts per million is range. 90 is target.
Hashtag. 90 is target.
Hashtag.
If I am not wrong, that might be incorrect.
Are you kidding me,
that's
bro?
definitely right.
I think that's wrong, John.
Oh my God, it's rigged.
It's rigged?
Is it? Industry?
What industry are we in?
Yeah.
Oh my God. We're going to have to check into that one, John.
Between 80 and 120. Oh my God.
I believe it. I believe you're right. Is it 80 to 120? Yeah. I believe I got from his book 80 to 140.
Oh no.
I got to check that and make sure that that's not there. Okay. So let's move on to the next one while we check it.
Okay.
Ready? Zach?
Yes.
How do you increase pH without adding chemicals?
Aeration. Hashtag aeration.
All right. Hey, if there's anybody out there, Mama, if you have the book for... Oh, there she goes. She corrected me. She's like 80 to 120, bruh. Bruh. Like, get your stuff together, bruh. Oh, I love it, Mama. Love it. So, all right. So I've been corrected. So, all right. So, John, here's the next one. What percent chlorine is lost do you get in 2 hours?
75% in 2 hours, 75% in 2 hours, 100% in 4 hours.
Wrong. You forgot to say hashtag.
Hashtag.
So, Zach, if you get the next question right, you're going to be crowned the champion.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay.
Brutal. You guys are brutal.
Free chlorine needed is what percent of CYA?
7.5%, 5% with borate. Hashtag.
Oh, he did. No, see,
you didn't say hashtag before, so John, you are saved. Dude, bro? You had him in your grasp, my friend. You had this. The game was over.
That's when I ran over the cone right there.
So, John, you are still in this.
Oh, my God.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. outdoor pools lose about how many ppms
One
per
part
day?
per million. Hashtag 1 part per million.
Wrong. You said the 1 part per million first.
Hashtag 1 part per million.
No, you have to say hashtag before your answer.
Zach,
So, Zach,
you have any dignity, bro? You will not get this one. You will not say hashtag first because you know I was right.
Oh my God. Here's the question for Zach. Ready?
No.
Zach, what % of all chlorine is bound to CYA?
Hashtag 97%.
Woo! We have a new champ.
No shame. You have no shame, my friend.
Zach, you should start singing I Am the Champion. I am the champion. You are crowned the hashtag champion of the Pool Nation Knowledge Challenge.
We got to have another round at some point, right? Or 1-1?
Well, kind of.
No,
it was great. It was fun.
So, John, I am going to have to admit you lost on a technicality because you didn't throw the hashtag out, but your answer was right.
Oh, yeah.
Should I drop hashtags on my Crocs now?
Go into all your social media and put on there hashtag champion 2021. Oh, John. So, Zach, are you going to be posting stuff now with you dancing?
Oh, shit. No. That will never be seen, ever.
No.
Ever.
Oh, my God. Okay, so on our Insta chat over here, Maria is like, LOL, hashtag so much fun. And then Leslie is like, LOL.
She's LOLing at my dancing.
At your dancing?
Yeah, that's what's LOLing right there.
So, Leslie, we are going to put something on you and make sure you record that.
Didn't you, Zach?
Oh, my God.
You caught it.
Oh, my God. I was waiting for you to say 3%. I was waiting for you to say 3%.
So we Leslie tagged you here as a hashtag dancing queen.
Perfect.
I love it, Leslie. Just keep it coming. Just give us some ammo for the new champ here. Zach, my hat's off to you. Big applause. You're the champ.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So, hey, let's jump in and let's talk a little bit about, now that we've had all of our fun, let's jump in and let's talk a little bit about this rate increase that we've been talking about. And I shared with you guys, because we had Pool Girl Anna reach out to us and kind of talk a little bit about her rate increase. You know, she's been listening to us for a while. And John, you can tell me what you think. I know at the beginning when we started talking to her, and I know that Mama's talked to her and you've talked to her and you guys kind of coached her a little bit along the way. But the feeling that I got at the beginning, she was charging a little bit of those lower rates, but she was really kind of working on building her confidence.
First, can we, let's see if we can get her to talk quickly about her story, right? Is Anna on?
She's not on yet. I know she was going to be out doing pools. She was kind of try to jump on and talk to us about her rate increase. And that's kind of one of the things that we wanted to share. But, you know, I could definitely share the story that she shared with us with regards to her rate increases. And that's kind of obviously one of the things that we wanted to talk about.
Yeah, go for it.
You know, so Anna, man, maybe we should get, probably Mama even knows the story a little bit better, right? But Mama, if you're wanting to jump on, let me know. We'll bring you on. We'll talk a little bit about it. But anyways, so she really has spent, John, the last, maybe 8 months really working on, charging that higher rate that you're always talking about. She's kind of worked on the confidence level, how to, push herself as that premier pool service company. So she messaged me and she was telling me that she did the post yesterday that she went from charging, I think it was $85 to now charging no less than $125 to $140. Oh. And so she sent me a message and she was like, I was kind of really teary-eyed. I went yesterday to the bank and I was able to put some money into, savings. And I went from just kind of making money to now being able to have this savings account with a bunch of money saved. So she sent a quick message and she was like, thank you, John. And, thank you, Mama. And thank you, Edgar. And thank you. I think Greg Beard also kind of had coached her on some stuff. And she really talked about, obviously Mama really kind of helping her through that process. And that's kind of one of the things that we wanted to talk about today because, even when we do the class, and Zach, we've talked about it, if you increase your rate, it is going to hit your profitability straight away because you're doing the same amount of work, but you're charging more money. So that goes straight to your bottom line. And for today was perfect because we're sitting here saying you need to learn your numbers. You need to know exactly what your numbers are so that you know what your profitability is and you don't keep losing that profitability. And now, they announce all these rate increases on all these different products and all these different chems. And if you don't adjust your prices, then what happens is that increase is going to come out of your profitability. Zach, if you have somebody that's at, 25% profit, whatever it is, and now they see that increase and they're paying more, that number is going to keep dropping because it hits that profit straight to the bottom.
The thing is that it's like our industry is stuck in the past and we've said it time and time again, we're not sitting here saying, go out and just jack up prices because that's not what this is about. It's about, like you said, knowing your numbers, knowing where you need to be to sustain and grow. And it's kind of like our industry stuck in, the 70s or the 80s. I don't know what costs were back then, but I can imagine that they're a lot less. And we've always come into this industry as new pool professionals and just automatically adopted what's already been going on. And now it's time that we start kind of looking at our individual businesses and its needs and making sure that we're structuring ourselves correctly to get those needs.
I want to dig a little bit deeper into this and really kind of talk to the guys about being comfortable with it. John, I want you to talk about that process, what our recommendation is for that person that really kind of is still in fear and kind of how to look at it and how to look at those numbers. But let's take a word from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we can jump into the details of it.
2021 is the year of the Pool Pro. HASA is here to support pool pros with the purest and highest strength liquid sanitizer available. HASA SaniChlor provides fast, safe chlorine performance without adding any cyanuric acid or calcium. HASA gives you the best cost per use solution for shocking and daily sanitizing and is in stock. Look for the new HASA Rewards app coming soon. Go to HASA.com for more news, educational videos, and product information and literature. The Hyper Pole from Ultimate Pool Tools is a pool care pole designed by pool professionals for pool professionals, featuring precision-crafted carbon fiber and stainless steel construction. Go to ultimatepooltools.com or Instagram at Ultimate Pool Tools. Introducing Pool Invoice. Pool Invoice is pool billing software that was created specifically for the pool service and repair industry. It was developed for our industry and only our industry. Pool Invoice was built with recurring billing in mind. You can print, email, text invoices, or even send via WhatsApp. You can add recurring or yearly charges, accept credits, and set up autopay. You can even see when customers have seen the invoice. It even has a customer portal where they can log in and see, print, and pay invoices. It has all of your customers' information on one page, so you don't need to search through hundreds of invoices looking for the one you need. Just go to the customer's profile, and it's all at your fingertips. It's currently in beta phase, so anyone can use it for free. Just go to poolinvoice.com and request an invitation at the bottom of the page. Pool Invoice was made for you.
Welcome back, everybody. We are talking about rate increases. We're talking about the new rate increases that were announced by the distributors. We are talking to would it be raining, Zach?
Oh.
Would you consider the first one a win, or are you the new champion?
Zach,
no comment.
Choose your words carefully, my friend.
No comment.
This could be a PR nightmare for you, Zach. If you kind of choose the wrong words, you might be getting eaten alive on social media because you're going to have all those John followers just kind of come after you.
No comment.
No comment?
I can't recall.
You can't recall. So, John, what would you say since he's kind of not recalling?
Look, just listen to the tapes. Listen to the tapes. The proof is there. So, I don't know. I love Zach, though. He's a friend. And if anybody were to be a champ by technicality, it would be Zach, and I'm okay with that.
You're okay with that?
I'm okay
We're
with that.
all winners here,
All
guys.
winners here. Look, I'm just glad I didn't get any of the questions wrong. You know what I mean? Just like,
I think I was more scared of that too.
you know what I mean? I was just thinking about how embarrassing would it be? Edgar's going to ask me one of these questions, and I'm not going to have the answer. I'm going to completely space it, right? You know, it's just like all this time and thinking and studying, and me up here, telling everybody, get educated, know your stuff, do this, do that, and then you ask me a basic question and I get it wrong, right? I'm just glad I got it right. It's just like, okay, I knew him. And look, I even answered him mid-question, bro.
You did.
I did. Mid-question, I knew what you were going to ask me.
I just want you to know that during the break that we were listening to our sponsors, I went back to Bob's book, and it says alkalinity control. Total alkalinity is measured in parts per million. And naturally, it can be too high, too low, or just right. The ideal range is from 80 to 140 parts per million, depending on the type of chlorine or regular sanitizer you're going to use.
What's in your tea? You said 180?
I said 80 to 140.
No, he said 180. Listen to the tapes. Watch it when you go.
So let me repeat so that it's stated on the record. The ideal range is from 80 to 140 parts per million.
Well, I think Bob has a typo in his book. I think he does. So.
And Mama, what did I do to you that you're just like bashing me all today? She called me bruh.
Yeah, right.
She bruh.
She even pulled
and
out
then now she's like
180. He said 180.
Now she's like, you said 180. So
you're going against her Romeo.
Yeah.
You know what? Did I make fun of John? That she's kind of.
Yeah, you called
I
me
can't recall.
I think no.
Stay out of the wrath, my friend. Stay out of the wrath. So, all right, guys. So let's get back on track because we totally been goofing on this thing today. So Zach, if we're going to talk about profitability, and you look at a business, what is one of the two ways that somebody is going to be able to increase their profit?
So raising prices or cutting costs, right? And that's how that's the two ways to increase your profitability. And the thing is with this industry and getting into it is that most of us start in this industry and we understand that we need volume or accounts. And we naturally think that in order to quickly increase our volume, we need to offer a cheaper rate than the competition. And also everyone wants to provide the best service, right? And the thought becomes we are going to be cheaper and better than the competition. And the thing that's missing in all of this is the understanding of what it actually costs to provide a premium service. And the reality is that sometimes we can't understand that until we go through it. And this is exactly what we went through, and we had to go through it to fully grasp it. And the next part is to understand that it's ever changing. And I could be wrong, but in my opinion, it's something that as you grow or you change your operations or change your lifestyle, you need to adjust your business model. And especially when it comes to costs and rates, in order to meet your business needs.
So, John, what would you recommend for somebody that's titter-tottering on the idea of, obviously the dry chlorine went up, the tabs went up, prices, all that went up, and they're kind of titter-tottering with the idea. What would you tell them?
I mean, what as far as like increase?
Titter-tottering with the idea of the rate increase, because there seems to be that kind of fear of doing that rate increase.
There's always going to be a fear, right? And everybody gets it, especially at first. I would tell those people that are thinking that, don't think this is a one-off thing. This happens all the time. And it's happening every year or every other year or now happening twice a year. And sit down and do the math and think about what 15% increase does to you. And if they can do 15% now and they do another 15% or 10%, we're talking about 25% increase in your cost in chemicals. At what point are you underwater? And I kind of want to go back a little bit what you're saying about Anna, and it like really warms my heart to hear that, she said that she did those increases. She finally went into the bank and she put money away into the savings. What a great feeling that is. I remember when she was on the podcast and talking to her before, and I hope I don't step out of line here, but I know she was contemplating, wondering whether or not this is something that she wanted to continue doing. And I get it. How many of us out there, how many people that are out there busting their butts servicing these pools, doing the best that they possibly can. At the end of the day, they're just barely making it happen. You know, you need to sit back and think about this and know that, look, one, we talk about it every time, know your value and understand what your value is. And there should be a minimum threshold, period, you know, in any business in order for it to be successful. And you don't work for free. This isn't a charity. These rate increases, do you think these manufacturers, when they're bumping these up, do you think they care? They think they're going, you know, this is what it is. It's all business. It's transactions. This is what it is. And us as consumers are going to have to swallow it up. That's how it is. Everywhere we go in life, every time we go to the grocery store, we get gas. So gas prices go up. You know, one day it's at $3, the other day it's at $3.20, $3.30. And we figure, what do? We might bitch and moan a little bit here and there, but we still pay for it. And we still do what we need to do. We go buy some a dozen of eggs, or we buy milk, or buy bread, or a cheeseburger, or whatever in the hell it is. Every year those prices go up just a little bit, or a little bit here and a little bit there. And we're accustomed to it. So we accept it, and it's a part of life, and we just pay a little bit more. Well, same thing. We should be no different in the pool industry. Now, right now is a time where we need to make these changes, not only because, one, you deserve more if you do more, but we talk about having average, good, better, best. Even if you think you're providing an average service and you want to be super competitive and you want to get as many clients as you can and you have a minimum, well, when your prices go up, well, you have to pass those along to the consumer. If not, you're not going to be in business anymore. And eventually you're not going to be able to absorb it. And you're going to become that pool service company or that guy or that gal that when at the end of the month, when it comes to going to the bank, you're not going to be putting money in the savings account, or you're going to be pulling money out of your savings account to pay for it. And who in the hell wants to bust their butt all day and then come home and feel like they got nothing for it? You know, and it's just, I get it. It's really, really hard at first to make that jump, but I promise you, if you do this, and we have examples when we talk about rate increase letters, and you start training your customers and your clients to understand it, and even if on your older ones, or at the minimum, if you don't want to, or you think you're kind of okay on newer clients, what you need to do is you have to set this expectation so they understand. What we do is every 2 years we do an increase. And once they see that, they understand it. And once they understand it, they expect it. And if they expect it, you know, you don't have to worry about it anymore. And it's more of a seamless process. And I've yet to find out or have one person that I've talked to, and I've talked to tons of pool people, and I've told them to increase their rates, and I've coached them, and I've walked through the process with them. I've helped them out, and I've yet to have one come up to me and say, John, I've lost more than 3 or 4 clients. And when they say they've lost 3 or 4 clients, those 3 or 4 clients are out of hundreds of clients, like 150, 200 clients. And if you raise the rate $10 on 200 clients and you lose even 5 clients, you're still making way more money than you were making before, and you have less work to do. Now you have 5 more spots opened up at that higher price. It's tough at first, but I promise if you do it, you will not be disappointed. But like we say it all the time, you don't want to be ridiculous with your price increases, and you need to make sure you deserve it. So if you deserve it, then you need to set up those increases. And right now, as far as prices when it comes to manufacturers, this is a no-brainer. This isn't talking about quality of service and type of service you're offering. This is just the cost of doing business has gone up. So the cost of your service has to go up. And I think everybody should be setting out an increase to help compensate for this.
I think one of the biggest things that people need to look at is, you need to look at your numbers. You need to really figure out how much money you're making. And exactly like John was saying, you have to have a business that doesn't just allow you to make money and that's it. You have to be able to have a business that is profitable, that allows you to make more money, that you're going to be able to put into that savings account that you're going to have. Because let's be realistic. If you're doing pools and you're just getting by, you're not going to enjoy doing those pools. You're not going to enjoy doing the work. I mean, we have to be realistic that it's not easy work at times. At times, it's very hard from the labor standpoint to have to get out there. And John, just like you, kind of figuring you guys have been hit so hard with the winds so many times. And if you're barely getting by, you're not going to freaking want to get out there.
No, you're right. It's amen. It's like you hit it on the head. You don't want to survive. You want to thrive. So nobody wants to bust their ass 7 days a week because as business owners, that's what you're doing. You might think that you turn up, but you're always working, or at least we are. And I know the people I talk to and the people I see, they're always doing the same thing and they're busting their ass. And they're working hard. And who wants to work hard just to survive, right? That's not what we're doing this for. We want to thrive in our business, and you should be able to, and you should be able to make profit, and you should be able to live a good life. And the only way you can do that is by increasing your profits, or at least making enough money to survive. And there's no shame in that, and you shouldn't feel shameful for expecting it. I mean, it's just bonkers, man. It really is.
I mean, I've said it before. Justin and I went through that very exact thing. I was talking about charging, $300 or whatever to install a motor, and we literally were miserable. And we got to the point where we put a time frame on it. If this doesn't change in 2 years, then we got to figure out something else. And that was, that was a really eye-opening 2-year period on, charging properly and cutting costs and things like that. But you're exactly right. If you're just barely making it, then you will get disgruntled and frustrated, and you'll have, it will reflect in your service.
Yeah. Let's wake up, everyone, for real. No one is advocating to be greedy, and that's not what we're asking to do.
Correct. Yeah.
No one is advocating to be greedy. What we're saying is that why are we the ones that are left holding the short end of the stick every time this happens? Absorbing all these constant increases from our suppliers and not passing some or all of them off to our customers is a recipe for disaster. It's common practice in just about every other industry but ours, apparently. Like I just don't get it, and why it's so tough to do it. And we need to do something.
Absolutely. So here's one of the things that we've been working on, and we're trying to obviously work on a platform. So on the podcast, we've said, hey, send us a message and we'll send you a rate increase letter. And so we've got to the point where we get hits, so hard with so many of those messages. So we're kind of trying to figure out, hey, how could we make that transition a little bit easier? So here's what we're going to do. So we've been building a platform, and really it's so that you guys can go to the Poolman University or Pool Nation and register. And then on that platform, be able to get some of these resources that we talk about. So that's not ready, but we kind of talked about it. And one of the things that we decided to do was, hey, let's just jump in and allow the guys to at least be able to log in and at least have, the 2 tabs over on the left, one for the documents, and we have a rate calculator. So what we're going to do is on Monday, we are going to be able to send a link. And what you'll do is you can register for free, and you will have access to 3 rate increase letters. We'll have the terms of service on there. And then we will be able to get you those resources so that you can log in. And then what will happen is for those that sign up or register for it now, as the other resources come onto that page, you will automatically have those resources. So, we talked about waiting until it was ready and stuff like that, but especially with this rate increase letter and talking about rate increases and stuff like that, we thought that'd be probably the best time to at least have that so that they can kind of click on it and download it. So starting Monday, guys, what you can do is send me a message on Instagram, or if you have my email address, send me an email address. And what I'll do is I'll send you a quick little link for Pool Nation. You can click on it, you can register. And then once you get there, you can see the letters and the documents and you can download them from there. If you have taken already the class that we're doing, those are included in there. They're the last 2 tabs on there. So you'll be able to obviously access those from the bottom of the page. Zach, John, let's take a quick word from our sponsors. And when we come back, I want to get your guys' final thoughts.
The sound of you continually pitching pool care poles into the trash. The sound of you using an Ultimate Pool Tools carbon fiber pool care pole for years to come. Go to ultimatepooltools.com or Instagram at Ultimate Pool Tools. 2021 is the year of the Pool Pro. HASA is here to support pool pros with the purest and highest strength liquid sanitizer available. Hasa Sanichlor provides fast, safe chlorine performance without adding any cyanuric acid or calcium. Hasa gives you the best cost per use solution for shocking and daily sanitizing and is in stock. Look for the new Hasa Rewards app coming soon. Go to hasa.com for more news, educational videos, and product information and literature.
Welcome back, everybody. We're talking about rate increases. We have talked about the increase from the distributors, and we also are talking, Zach, did we decide reigning champion, new champion?
God, here we go again.
I can't
No
recall.
comment.
No comment? No comment, just silence?
Just silence.
Do you want me to pick?
No.
No.
Hashtag no.
John, that was awesome. No.
Hashtag no.
Hashtag no. Hashtag shut up, Edgar.
Yeah, no.
Bruh.
Never. Never.
So, hey guys, let's see here. I think we have a little surprise. I think Anna was able to call in. So let's see if we can get her on. Anna, are you there?
Hey guys, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good morning.
We can. How are you doing?
Oh my goodness, it's been such a good day for me.
Uh-oh.
I'm so happy. I can't even contain it.
Okay, share. Come on.
So we have two really big pool contractors pool builders in my area, and I just landed one pool probably 2 weeks ago in this new development, and I just on a whim, I was like, you know what, let me just leave my card because I saw that somebody was moving into one of the newer houses. So I picked up 2 pools in that area. So long story short, the pool building company that's building all the pools in there, they reached out to me and they wanted to meet with me today, and they asked me basically if I would take over all of the pools in that development for them.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so I'm going to be doing all of their startups, and then basically all of Martin County, wherever they're building, they want me to take over those startups for them. So it's a really good opportunity for me.
Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
The only thing that comes to my mind is cha-ching.
I know. Me too.
Sounds like a great day.
I know.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
That's
I
awesome.
was a little nervous, because I've never, I've only done 2 startups. So, I was nervous, what is he going to ask me? Is he going to ask me anything that maybe I don't know? But I knew everything and he was super impressed. So I was proud of myself.
Good for you.
And you nailed it, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Well, obviously, you got all the accounts. There you go. You got some of the girls on here going, that's huge. That's awesome. Congratulations. Girl power.
That's right. Girl power.
Excitement. That's awesome.
That's awesome. That's the difference between average and great. You get educated, you understand, you know your business, you have the answers, and people are going to trust you. We talked about this in our last podcast when you're selling yourself and how important it is. And this key is, if Anna didn't have that confidence, if she wasn't able to answer those questions and wasn't able to do that, she probably wouldn't have had those accounts. But because she has educated herself, and because she does know those answers, and because she felt good about what she was doing or what she was offering, she was able to land them. And just kudos to you. And that goes to everybody out in the industry. Know more, get more. Know more about your business and the pools and the things that you do, and you're going to get more in the long run, and it will pay off. So hats off to you, Anna. That's amazing. And congrats on the increases too that you sent out. I know it's and we talked a little bit about it before in the podcast, and I know it's a completely different mentality from where you were before.
It's seriously from the beginning of the year to just in the last 3 months, I swear it's I'm a different person.
Yeah. I remember you were talking about you were him and Han and questioning whether or not this was something that you still wanted to do. And look at you now.
I know. I just feel like my world has just done a complete 360. Without getting overly personal, but I was talking to Edgar yesterday and I just mentioned there's such a difference between, and everybody, when you're just starting out, you deal with all of that just starting out stress, I'm sure everybody doubts themselves. Is this the right decision? Can I support my family? So, I had so many emotions doing my first, rate increase. I didn't want to lose customers because this is how I feed my family. All of that emotion came with it. And I was so nervous, but I am seriously so thankful because I literally went from getting by to now building a savings account for the first time since I got out of the Army. So literally in 3 months. And my confidence is like through the roof right now, because it's like once I got that first customer, so just super quick, a year ago I started out and I was saying like 85 for me was like good. If I landed an $85 pool, I was stoked. I was like, yes, I got the customer. Now, when I go out, I'm not taking anything less than 100, but I just landed an account yesterday for 140.
Good for you.
So that's about, for Florida, that's a little bit on the higher end. So that's really good for me. When I did my rate increase, I only lost one customer. He was one of my original customers. He was only paying $75. I increased him to $80. And he was very upset. He said
I think we lost her. Can you guys hear her or no?
No, I can't hear her anymore.
Nope.
Oh, no. Such a great story that she's sharing with us.
Perfect.
I know. That's so awesome. I was just sitting over here quiet. Like I wanted to ask a question and then I'm just sitting there going, nope, don't interrupt. She's got this great story that she's telling. So Anna, we kind of lost you here on the live. See if you can kind of... Yeah, see if you can jump off and jump back on. I really would love to hear the end of that story before we...
Is basically, I sent out an email just kind of prepping everybody. And I don't know about you guys, but not all of my customers read their emails. So the second I got a chance to see any of my customers face to face, I just got real with them. And I told them, listen, my prices are going up, so your prices are going up. And they were all super cool with it.
So you just had that one, we lost you there for a second, Anna, but so you just had the one customer that you lost over a $5 increase.
I think she can't hear us.
Nope, she can't hear us. Guys, what we're going to do is, here's what we're going to do is we're going to ask Anna to come back on another podcast because I really want her to tell her story. She's been through a great journey. And as you can tell, just by her excitement, the difference. And it comes back to the same thing, John, that you're talking about. And that is you have to increase the prices, but you have to you can't just make a living off of it and just kind of get by. You really have to be somewhere where you're charging the right rates. And the more that you practice that sales pitch that we talk about, the more that you look at the rates and the profitability and all that, and you put all that into play and you come up with your right rates, you are not just going to get by, but you're going to be able to have a business that you can thrive with.
Yeah. I mean, look, and it all compounds. Think about it. It all fits into the puzzle. So when you do something and you're just barely getting by or surviving, you start to resent it, right? You start to resent going to work. You don't want to go take care of a pool. You don't want to deal with the customer. You don't want to answer the phone. You're too busy. You're overwhelmed. You're stressed out. And then it comes back to the house and your family. It all compounds. When you start building a business or doing something and you start to thrive, it makes it really worth it. And in turn, your whole mentality and the way you approach things and the way you do your business just changes. And it's a snowball effect. And it can either go negative or it can go positive. And when you start to thrive as a business, it's a positive change. If you approach it correctly and you do it right, everything just starts to fall in place. You care about it more. You want to be involved in it more. You want to learn more. You want to do better. You want to offer better. You want to go above and beyond. And then in return, you get paid in kind. It's no secret. And it's just human nature. And it's just the way we work. Nobody wants to bust their ass and have nothing to show for it. Hearing stories like this, and then, I mean, we talk about all the time on these podcasts, I talk to everybody, but there are so many stories out there and being able to hear it from someone who actually does it. And then you can say it's not just John talking out of his ass or Edgar talking out of his ass or Zach or yeah, right, or whatever. This is the truth, man. This really works. And if you approach it right and you do it, it will be life-changing. Literally, it will be life-changing. If you listen to what we're telling you and you take it to heart, you get yourself educated, you understand what you're doing, you approach things the way we're telling you to approach them, or at least listen to what we're trying to say here, tailor them to your own personal needs or however you want to do it, and implement them. And I'm telling you, they work. We're not talking out of our ass here. We've done it. It works. And in order for us to benefit, in order for us to elevate our industry, we have to do this as a whole. And if we don't, We're just going to be stuck spinning our wheels doing the same shit over and over again. So
Absolutely.
That's my final thoughts.
And the great thing about Anna's story is that customer that dropped was disgruntled about a $5 increase. And now there's a spot available for someone who does want that good service and will pay that correct rate. It's probably for the best.
Agreed. Not every customer is the right customer. John, I had another note here that was sent to me by Joe Esposito, and it was, I was so nervous, sent an email, spoke to a few homeowners, and they could care less about the rate increase. Like JJ said, I am the product.
You are the product. Damn right. You are the product. And if you get a lot of pushback, that's when we got to do what we talk about. You got to grip the mirror and say, okay, is it me? Do I need to change? Was I ready for this? Am I offering the service? Am I getting greedy? Like we said again, and I'm gonna reiterate, if you're only going there splashing and dashing and you're picking up a couple leaves and you're only showing up every other week or whatever, don't go. If you're expecting to go from whatever you're charging, $80, $100 to $150, chances are you're going to get fired. And I'll be 100% honest, you probably deserve it, because that's not what we're getting at. If you live up to your word, you take care of that pool properly, you deliver the customer service that you're supposed to, and you know what you're doing, right? You should get paid for it, and you shouldn't be underpaid for it. And there's no shame in asking for that. And 9 out of 10 times or 99 out of 100 times, a good client or a customer is going to realize that and know that, and they're going to be willing to pay for it because they understand that's business, because these are humans too. And they things, we talk about this every year. The majority of people that are out there are W-2 employees that work for corporations or work for places. And what do they expect every single year? They expect a review, right? And that review is what? To tell them how good they've done, what they might need to improve on. And then what else do they give them? They give them a raise. They depend on that for their family. Why are we any different? Why shouldn't we get a raise if we've continuously provided a great service and we've lived up to our expectations, and to what we promised? We deserve a raise at the end of the year too. So you have to switch your mentality and think about it. This is not a charity. We do this for a living. And as long as you can feel comfortable knowing that you're living up to your part of the bargain, the customer should also pay their fair share of the bargain too. So,
Zach, we are at the end of our podcast. Let me get your final thoughts.
Well, as we all know, right now is a crazy time for our industry, and there's been so many events and issues that have impacted the way we do business and the cost of running our businesses. We have to stay on top of this and always be watching and analyzing what's going on with your business and the industry. And then you have to be willing to make any necessary changes so that you can survive and thrive, even if it's scary. And again, we aren't saying that everyone's business is on fire and that you need to rush out and change your business. We're just simply saying be aware, be diligent, and be successful.
I love that, Zach. Be aware, be diligent, and be successful. Love it. John, final thoughts.
You want me to talk more, dude? I've been ranting and raving. I sound like a lunatic.
Dude, but you're on fire today again.
I'm on fire. Look, and then
Zach, has he not been on fire the last couple of times?
John's always on fire.
He's always on fire, right?
Oh, I got to show you my fire Crocs. I have flame Crocs.
You must be wearing them right now.
You have to.
I just got done, and I'm just thinking, I'm like, God, am I being too aggressive?
No.
The last Instagram live, I was just like really getting all hyped up, but it's just like, you want to get this message through, and it's like we talk about it all the time. And then, I got to remember to just keep saying it over and over again so people can hear it and understand it, because not everybody listens all the time. And sometimes they need to hear it more than once. And sometimes it takes a different word or different approach that makes it click. And I don't know. I feel like I've been going on a rant for the last week or two, and I think I've said enough. So,
but I think what happens, John, is that's the kind of passion and that's the kind of drive that we need in our industry to get some of these guys to kind of understand. And just like Zach is saying, we're not telling you what to do. We're telling you what to look at in your business, what the things you should be doing. And, you're here and you're talking about those things and you're passionate about it and you've done them. So it's not like we're going, hey, you have to do this, or, we're making this up to do it. It's, here's a roadmap to those people that have been successful. And these are the things that they need to look at, or that they look at in order to make sure that they're successful. that live on Wednesday to me was just gold. And it did get a lot of the guys fired up. I got a lot of messages from the guys on it. So you are not on a rant, you're on fire. So we appreciate that. I do have to ask a different question here. Is Mama in trouble with you? Are you mad at Mama?
Never. Mad at Mama.
Never,
She's an angel.
She's an angel?
Yeah. If anything, I'm the asshole.
Because have you noticed, Zach, in today's, but normally John is the one kind of going, Mom, my beautiful wife, and my this and my that, and we kind of like that part, right? Because it's kind of cool.
It's role play Friday.
But
we're in character right now.
Oh man! Oops. But I've noticed today on the Instagram, on the Insta chat that we have going on over here, she's kind of thrown a couple of he's hot.
It's role play Friday.
He's fire, and then the last one is smoking hot John.
You like that? That's my baby. Yeah, look,
John. Zach, when was the last time that Leslie told you smoking hot, Zach?
Hashtag dancing queen.
She tells you every day?
Yes.
The gun to his head.
Zach, you are the man. You know what it is he's kind of his chest is out a little bit, John, because he's kind of the champion. And so, you know what's going to happen, everybody that's listening, is Zach might not say anything, but as soon as we get on a conference call, John, what is he going to do? He's going to start hitting his chest and bragging about it, huh?
For sure.
I'm going to forward you all my hate mail, Edgar.
Hey guys, we are at the end of our podcast. John, Zach, as usual, thank you for your time. I really enjoy this every Friday. And by the way, Leslie did.
Leslie, bam.
Damn. Leslie says, I tell him every day.
Is it role play Friday in Texas too?
No. John, did you notice that she's not saying what she tells him every day?
Oh, and she writes some notes.
Sure. She just said, I tell him every day. Well, what do you tell him?
Like actions speak louder than words.
So, Zach, when was the last time you bought your wife flowers?
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Come on. And God, isn't that?
Did I go
the last
down?
time I bought Mama flowers.
What's that?
I can't remember the last time I bought Mama flowers.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you an assignment. I'm going to give you an assignment for this Friday for both of you. Is both of you go out today and buy flowers for your wives.
I'm going to be sitting up on the couch tonight, Edgar.
Oh, there you go. Mother's Day and birthday.
Oh man, it is total. You know what? Flowers are overrated.
Thanks, Jeanette.
Wow, man, we have a rough crowd a little bit today. Is it me or is there a little bit of a rough crowd?
Yeah, Mama, trust me. You get any plant, will die.
She
wants to grow flowers.
Leslie kills all her flowers and plants
dies.
too. Yeah.
We bought a plant to sacrifice because it will not live past a week. Trust me.
Oh, that's awesome.
What she does, and it pisses her off. But okay,
that's awesome.
I call Leslie's office the room of death because of the plants in there.
I can't believe you said that.
Look, Mama said 100. It's true. Every time I go, oh, there we go. Damn, killing plants.
So I think the last generation that I was able to keep plants alive was probably our parents' generation, because I've never been able to keep one alive either. So anyways, all right, guys, this is the end of the podcast. We will talk next week. I want to thank everybody for the podcast. Zach, John, we'll see you next week.
Bamboo.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to the Pool Nation podcast, a member of the Pool Nation family. You can listen to us live every Friday here at 9 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Central, and 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. You can find us at Pool Nation or PoolNationPodcast.com, on Facebook, or on Instagram at Pool.Nation. And to find more info about Pool Invoice, the billing software built specifically for the pool industry, go to PoolInvoice.com. Before you go, this is what the pool industry has been waiting for. PoolManUniversity.com. It's the first platform dedicated to learning the swimming pool service and repair industry. A pool service community where you can connect and find videos on business, service, water chemistry, and repairs. See you there at PoolManUniversity.com.